Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce you to ZeeTrader for Interactive Brokers. So ZeeTrader for Interactive Brokers helps trading with interactive brokers simpler. So the whole goal of this tool is to make uh, trading simple and also use your strategies while building it. And also, we believe that trading should adapt to our lifestyle rather than us trying to force trading as part of our lifestyle. So trading is something, a profession that people after spending a lot of years understand that you need discipline. And though trading is simple, it's not easy. To be profitable, one must be consistent. So consistency forms one of the core tenets of anyone's of a successful trader. So to be successful, one needs to be consistent, needs to put emotions under control. Again, when someone's trading discretionary, come in and go out, it kind of takes a toll. So once we decide on a strategy, backtest it, we should be able to pick a strategy and let it trade the way it should. And also, it should be simple that placing trades shouldn't seem like a chore, especially when you're dealing with multiple expirations, digging through like the different deltas, trying to place bracket orders with profit takers and stop loss limits. So this tool tries to help uh, make one consistent, take the emotion away by making sure that we have our profit targets and stop losses placed during the time of entry, and also keeping it simple in the sense like we try to uh, deal with strategies rather than the specifics of it. So if I ask a question, how much time does one need to spend in front of the computer to be a trader? I've seen people spending close to 12 hours a day. And again, if it's a lifestyle that someone chooses, that's fine. And using this tool, definitely try to address some of those aspects, especially when someone's working or when someone needs to go out for a bite, or even if you still want to use this and monitor your trades, you can place instantaneous trades at that moment. So you can just set the time, say you want to do a strangle at that specific period, or an iron condor or an iron fly at a specific time. You can still use this tool, but again, the whole goal of the tool was so that the person does not need to spend his entire day in front of the computer. So ideally, you'd like to spend a few minutes setting up the trades and then have the tool manage it by sending scheduled trades and also trading at different parts of the day, and also placing trades in general much more easily. So with ZeeTrader, you can trade multiple strategies from debit spreads or credit spreads, defined undefined risk strategies, and also same days and multiple days, or future dates. So ZeeTrader. So what is this? So this tool tries to bring your trading into a systematic fashion and makes it simple and also fast, because sometimes placing complex multi-leg strategies along with the stop limits and profit targets will take a substantial amount of time. So who is the user that this will help? Someone who trades different times of the day, like multiple entries during the day. Someone needs to be disciplined, like setting up profit and stop loss targets. And also, if you have a small account, large account, again, you could trade a defined risk, undefined risk, credit or debit strategies as discussed. And finally, last but not the least, if you want to just use the tool to select an instrument, place a trade right away, you could be done in like 10 to 15 seconds versus uh, spending a couple of minutes and poking through each of the expirations, having the platform load up, select the strikes, select the expirations, and then creating the complex order along with the profit taker and stop loss limits. And again, doing it consistently, the math, and also the effort. So if I want to place 3 trades at the same time, back to back to back, I could be done in less than a minute and done, rather than trying to scamper. So I have been able to place trades in the last 10 minutes of the day, and I could have placed 4 trades starting at 2:50 again Central Time, and I was done in like a minute or so, and those trades still worked out end of the day. So if you just want to place trades quick, this is definitely an option that you could use. So who could benefit from this tool? So I've put in 3 profiles like Johnny, Sarah, and Tom. So again, different ages, different styles of trading, and different account sizes. So uh, for example, consider Johnny. He's a younger trader who's been learning about how to trade, and he's got probably a smaller account because he's in his early 20s, and he just wants to trade defined credit spreads of spiders or XPYs. So that's something that he wants to trade, and he wants to get out of the market multiple times because he has learned that credit spreads are a way to consistently make profits, though albeit slowly, but it's a good strategy to adopt. Then we meet Sarah. Sarah is an experienced day trader who trades pretty much what Johnny trades, which is like multiple times in and out being a day trader. But also she wants to take care of like larger underlyings and also different underlyings with higher IVs like SPX, and also uh, uh, different options that are in play, like the Fangman stocks. And finally, we meet Tom, who's like has a larger portfolio, and he's probably someone who doesn't want to spend his entire day in front of the computer. He feels that the platforms are overly complex and it takes a lot of time and effort to place, and he just wants to spend his time going out for lunch or spending time at the pool. So again, different depending on different styles. Probably Johnny could fit with a starter plan, Sarah could fit a pro plan, and Tom probably needs the premium plan because they have different styles of trading, and we have the platform that adapts to that. So what was the motivation for ZeeTrader? The first thing is it has to adapt to your trading style. So placing trades should be made easy. You need to set your strategies, and you need to set it up early part of the day, and you should be able to go. And again, if you decide to come and change back, cancel the trades if the market's not behaving as you expected, or you just made your money, so you still can do that cancellation. And again, saving time. So just placing a trade shouldn't take more than 10 to 20 seconds. And again, at that point, you shouldn't be, this is for a complex trade, different strategies and different expirations, and everything's automated at that point. So prevent mistakes, calculations, setting up of inverse of inverse. It does confuse a lot of people. Yours truly too does have a problem, especially if it's a negative of a negative of a negative. So hey, what is the stop loss going to be, or like what it's going to be? And again, trying to set 30 legs down on interactive brokers does take quite a bit of effort, and again, strategy, right? So if I'm have a strategy where I'm taking going to be like 50% profits and 2x losses, you specify it and you walk away. And the last two things are simplicity and consistency, which is something that every profitable trader needs, in the sense like you have to be consistent, because if you follow a strategy, you need to follow it all the time. If else, you'll be taking small winners or big losers. Again, something for an account's expectancy to stay, one needs to be trading in a way that is consistent. And simplicity, think in terms of strategies, not in terms of a leg or a trade, or the specific strikes. So if I say like I want to do a 16 delta 1 standard deviation strategy that with $10 wings or $20 wings, I mean, that's pretty much what I say to the tool, and it does say like, hey, what day is it, what strategies, and calculation of deltas, and then picking up of deltas and calculating the strikes, calculating the trades, placing them, and also keeping statuses, listening to statuses from the platform to kind of mark off the trades and provide you the feedback that you need to know, like, hey, what's happening. So effectively, ZeeTrader is a software that adapts to you. So depends on like what your account size is. Can be big or small. What kind of trader are you? Credit or debit? Defined strategies or undefined strategies? What kind of securities you trade? Shorter or longer durations. And again, for the different securities traded, shorter or longer, you may need the pro or the premium. But again, we get the gist of it, right? So, and again, we try to think in terms of strategies rather than in terms of strikes, in terms of specific prices, etc. And again, everything's one click. Whether you want to go aggressive, you want the orders to be filled right away, or if you want something that fills in mid price, again, some of the spreads are pretty tight that I'm okay hitting the bid and the ask so that I get a fill, and some of them are wide enough where I'd say like, hey, let me put it and let me set, and again, if someone doesn't like to do the math, searching and creating complex orders, hey, that takes a couple of minutes at least for me, and that's definitely something this tool can address. So to get started, right? So what do we need? So we need the Interactive Brokers offline version, which is not the latest version, because latest version effectively have a lot of incompatibilities many times with the API, and the place where you can get the Interactive Brokers is the link is posted on the presentation. You just get the offline TWS latest, so this should be good. Again, if you want to be a little more conservative, offline TWS, though definitely would recommend going through the offline TWS rather than the latest, because this is something that has undergone a lot more testing, and especially if you don't want surprises in your API, this is the version that is recommended. If not, I'm sure that it may work today, but again, a couple of days from now, when it keeps updating, you may run into issues. So definitely you pick up the offline TWS that's here, and again, pick the one that's your platform. And then also the initial setup, you need to set up the API to listen to your tool, the ZeeTrader. So one thing is you need to make sure that it is can listen to the ActiveX and socket clients. Make sure your port is set to the right port, 7496, and also this can be changed, but again, you need to change on the platform too. And again, finally, make sure that read-only API is not checked. So once you do that, you are set with Interactive Brokers. You got to log into the platform, and then once it's logged in, then you can use the tool. And for ZeeTrader, right? So you can log in, you can pick up the ZeeTrader to platform from here, and also once you pick up the platform, you can sign up and you can pick the plan that's appropriate for you. You have the starter edition, the pro edition, or the premium edition. So the starter edition and the pro and the premium absolutely have no limits with the number of trades one can do. It just limits you on the type of strategies that one can and the instruments that can do. So if you're just doing XSPs, spiders and Qs, same day options like multiple entries, strangles, straddles, iron condors, or iron flies, I mean, you can go ahead with that. You can trade one contract or 1,000 contracts. Again, I don't know how much it takes. I never traded that high a number, but again, yeah, you can do multiple trades depending on the multiple sizes. So definitely that's there. And then if you think like you want to trade not just the spiders, QQQs and XSPs, and you also want to do the SPX, the big boy trades, and also along with all the expirations. Again, these are the next expiration. So basically, this is like for Fangman T stocks, which are very volatile, liquid, and fun to trade. But again, you trade them once a week because you have Friday expirations only. So you can pick up the pro plan. And finally, the premium, which gives both the starter and pro what all they have. Plus, they also give you like further dated expiration. So say you want to trade SPX, say a month from now, select that. So you want to trade it like 60 days, you can put the number of days as 60, and the tool will calculate the closest expiration to that along with the deltas, and it will place the trade. So you can pick up that. So once you're set up your subscription based on your style of trading, you can start trading. And again, you can go with a monthly plan, a yearly plan, depending on what you choose. Okay, all these plans come with a 14-day trial. So you can just sign up and you should be good. And if you pick the yearly plan, currently we are giving 10% off for the starter, 20% of the pro, and 30% of the premium. And you can lock that price for life. Again, this is an introductory offer, the codes and the presentation. So you could just see that one. And so once you're set up, install the software. Again, the software as indicated can be downloaded here. Once you install the software, launch it, and we should be able to go through the next couple of slides. So, I'll go through give a walk through the software. So One thing you need to know again, this is what the technology is based off. It's cross-platform, but again, currently we are just supporting Windows, though the tool was developed both on Windows and Mac. But again, deployments, testing takes a lot more effort. So we just decided to have uh, a target base which is Windows only, though we will be supporting Mac OS in the coming months. Then a couple of things is like any other modern software development, it's cloud-based, including hosting, authentication, payments, and monitoring. So we don't handle any of your authentication. Everything's handled through Google. Payments is handled through Stripe. So we don't see any payments. Just we know like who has paid, what has been paid. But again, we don't see any of your credentials nor your payment information, and also monitoring. So like any modern software, we have centralized monitoring so that anytime the software malfunctions, we can be centrally traced, and this can make sure that even if the software goes down, it's only for a short period. So that's there, and also launching of the application. So once you click on the app, we can see the app loads up. Let me okay, so then let me log in. So upon logging in, the application loads up. So as you can see in this, when the application loads up, you have the top screen, right? So the top screen is where we get the account values. So it tells the liquidation, like what is your net the buying power that's up there, along with the realized PL and the unrealized PL. And this tool auto connects. So so you can see the text here is auto connected. So initially, if you have the port settings and IP right, you don't need to do anything. It will connect, and afterwards it will go to disabled mode. And also here we can see the subscription activity and also the expiration dates, like when it's gonna expire. And so this is all gotten from the tool. So for some reason you got the port wrong, or you need to change the port, or you have configured a different port, you just need to go change the port. But at that time this would be editable, and then you hit connect, give it a couple of seconds, the system will poll and find out like, hey, is it connected? And once it get connected, it locks in. So that's that to the connection part of it. So the next part of the screen is the strategy screen, and also the right hand would be the details screen. So here, based on the subscription you have, a starter will just see XPX and the first three the second, third, and fourth symbol, XSP, spiders, and Qs. The Pro and the Premium will see everything that's in there. So I could select a symbol, and then I could specify the strategy. So I could have like a credit strategy or a debit strategy. So that's set up here. And then number of days to expiration. This is again a premium feature, not even the Pro. So you can specify future dates if you want to trade like 40 days, 35 days, or 60 days in the future. And finally, the deltas. So with a conscious decision was made to try to use just the deltas to define the strategies. So effectively, if it's a 50%, it becomes a straddle or an iron fly, versus something lesser that becomes a strangle. So we definitely don't need another drop down to say what kind of strategy it is. So, and again, if we just specify the delta, it becomes a strangle of, and if you specify a delta of 50, which is becomes a straddle. And again, if I specify width, it becomes an iron fly. And if the delta is 50, and same thing, if I have a one standard deviation and then I put a $10 ring, then again it becomes an iron fly. So trying to keep everything simple, with regards to the use of the settings and not having too many controls was some of the choices that were made. Finally, we have the profit takers, right? So again, we define risk and profits at the time of trade. So if I'm collecting if I'm doing a credit spread and I'm collecting $1, I'm okay with 50%, which would be like 50 cents on it. And the same thing, stop limit would be 2x, which would be $2. And finally, I can specify the different times of the day I want to trade. So considering it's 10:20, I will start setting up the trades for 1030. Actually 1025 should be good enough. So then these are comma separated values, and then we won't be there for the next one, but again, we will just set up two trades for now. So I'm going to save that up. So let me start with the first trade is like a simple trade. Let's start with SPX. So let's set up the SPX. If I want to do a strangle, I'll do the strangle. Again, I'm setting the quantity to 1. That's the default I have. And the mid price is fine. SPYs, I don't want to go too wide. So let me set that strategy. Okay. Okay, I had 4 different, so let's do this. And let's set up the same strategy, but I want to do 7 days in the future. So let's do 7 days in the future. Then 14 days in the future. How about 21 days? And 28. So we set this one up. Okay, so we placed strangles for 2 strangles for the day and 4 trades for 1, 2, 3, and 4 weeks. Okay, so again, let's try to do the XSPs too. So same thing, I will just do 2 time frames for the day, and since let's change this, let's put 20% delta, and also let's do 5 contracts because these are much smaller. So I'm going to do the same strategy. So let's do this. So let's place the trades. So we placed another trades, and again you can see the expirations, the strategy, all those things up here. Okay, so also let's try to do the same. Let's do the same for, say, Qs. Timestamp. Let's do same 20%, same 5. So let's submit that. Okay, so we placed Qs, XSP, and SPX. So let's try to do some iron flies. So let's pick same XSPs. So I'm doing a 16 delta. Let's zero that out, and probably $20 legs, 20 width should be good, I guess. I mean, yeah, let's stick with 10 for now. And yeah, I'm placing 2 more trades. So let's do the same credit, and also let's try to do an iron fly too. So SPX iron flies are what, 50%. I typically go 10% of it, 4,000, but again we've been 2 hours into it, so let's put $30 as the width. So this becomes an iron fly. So let's set the iron fly, same thing, 1025, 1030. So let's hit okay, profit target for an iron fly. I did a mix up, so it should be 0.1 and 0.2 because we're going to be collecting 20% as we'll be collecting like 10%, 40, 20, approximately $15 to $20. So I'm good with a $1.50 profit and a $3 loss. So that's good. And let's do 3 contracts on this one. So that's there. So we placed that one. So we did with the SPX, and let's do the same for XSPs. So same thing. Let's do iron fly, which would be 50%. Obviously, the width will be 1/10 of the previous one. The profit target 0.1 and profit target of 0.2. Yeah, set it up, but yeah, I know the states have started triggering, but hey, it's a good way to see. So we got those 2 XSPs iron, so we're good. And yeah, we could do the same for Qs too if we decide to. Why not, right? So 50s, and with this $3, 0.1, 0.2. Yeah, we can do the same $5 trade. So yeah, hit the Qs. So we got that one. And again, we can do, I may have done a mistake, but again, that's how we learn. And I'll also explain a few features in the end that kind of help not make that mistake. So finally, we can have the Fangman stocks, right? So let's start with Apple. So say Yeah, I'm just gonna be selling the credit spreads for now. Apple,
Autofilled.
Amazon, Google, Meta, and Microsoft.
Autofilled.
Okay, Netflix. Okay, so until now we've been doing the credit spreads. Let's do a debit spread. So let's Nvidia and Tesla. Let's do a buy side. Let's go the buy side. Same thing, 16%. Again, I kind of keep uh, profit target of 10%, stop loss of 20. Again, you all can trade whatever you think better suits you. Same thing. And let's do the same with Tesla. 0.1, 0.2, and hit submit. So effectively we placed close
Autofilled.
to, not close to, 34. We'll be placing 34, well, 34 divided by 2 because one of them is at 11, like 17 trades, and you have different strategies that have been going. And you can see like we have the trades here, right? Like, so these are the tabs that I wanted to explain, which is like the schedule trade. So once we prepare a schedule, right, we'll have like 2 entries. So we had 2 trades, one at 1025 and
Autofilled.
11. So 1025 we have here and 11 we have here. So the same thing happens. We have set up everything, and the scheduler keeps picking up the job based on whenever the time's there. So you can see like a check mark means like the scheduler worked, and you get an X if there is an error in the scheduler for whatever it is. We'll try to see what's causing this, but yeah, we can definitely look into that. And finally, this shows the gear which is working. So these are not something that's from the broker side. It's more from the scheduler, whether we were able to send the order to the brokerage. And here are the strategies that we have set up. And again, these are only for the day. So effectively, this stores the different settings, and the scheduled trades store the different times. So we try to provide a flat-end view so that we can get one slot. But effectively, the strategies are the ones that tell us like, hey, we scheduled something at this particular point, like the type of trades, what kind of deltas, worth, and profit taker, etc. So, and again, we selected mid price or the quantity too. So finally we can go to the trades placed, and here you can see what caused. So definitely X tells that something from the interactive broker side, indicating that this trade wasn't successful. And we will have like multiple entries for each of the trades, because we'll have one stop, one limit trade, one stop, and one profit taker. And the first trade is the limit that goes in. The remaining 2 trades are resting on the broker. So even if you lose connectivity here, they'll still be there. So you don't need to worry if for some reason you have a system that's down. So as far as the trades are placed, it is there. So let's see what the error is for the first one, right? So if we click on the error message, okay, we can see the logs too. Tells you the trades. So yeah, so there was effectively a bid and ask bids that were not coming in our quotes. So that's what caused it to fail. So that's pretty much where we can see. And then if you see a check mark in here, that means like the trades went through successfully. And I can extend this to see the messages. It says order rejected because parent is being cancelled. Parent order is being cancelled. So interactive brokers decided to cancel the trade. So that's why it was cancelled. So that was there. So we are pretty much sent close to these orders. So let's look into our trading platform to see the status of the trades. Let me maximize this. So we can see all the trades that were placed today. Starting from here, all the trades that were executed, failed, and not failed. So you can see some of them were not placed because Field size, okay, field size did say it's 1. Okay, it's filled. Okay, okay, so that was filled. This one was, yeah, again, this can get rejected because we have multiple orders in the same time frame. So uh, if you have open orders, unless you're a market maker, IB doesn't let you open a second trade. So let's see how it goes. And these are the trades. So we can see the trades that were placed today. All these trades were placed. These were some of the trades I was testing out yesterday, GME. And so we can see the different trades. So once it's there, we can see the summary. Again, buys, sells, and everything that comes in here. So, some of them are profit takers. And again, we realized $31. Okay, well, that's money, some money. So yeah, so effectively that's there. And another feature that is there is like, what if we want to trade an instrument that's not up here? Say we like IBM. So if I want to trade IBM, I select submit. Okay, so I place 2 trades of IBM. So you can still place the trades. And then, so let's do GameStop too. Not that it's cool anymore. So okay, then we can set it up to 0.5, 2.0. So GameStop. So again, and if I happen to go back to my previous screen, like the IBM, you can see like the trades that were played. Same thing with the GameStop. You can see all those trades. So effectively, we do save the settings. Like whatever you execute. So most people try to execute an instrument in a specific way. So any trade that you place, we do save the settings. So the next time it is, if it's the same type of trade you're placing, you don't need to do any changes. We do save all the settings. So that's all there. So that's it in a nutshell about this tool. And as we were talking, we had over 15 to 20 trades placed and keep working. So yeah, so this is the tool. So we have 2 more slides. Let's walk through that. So these were all the trades. I lied. We took more than 3 minutes because we placed a lot more trades. But yeah, we took close to 7 or 8 minutes. But yeah, that's one thing you need to set. And afterwards, you don't need to do anything. As far as your computer and stays up, the tool will be placing the trades. And finally, saving preferences. I walked you through that. Same thing with the scheduled tasks. Active strategy trades placed, and also the logs. So yeah, if you have a problem, you can always see like what the logs are, and you can say like, hey, what it is, and you can see like, for example, GME is the last trade we placed. So it sees the market price, it says the expiration that it picked, and then it says like how many tickers it found, place the trade, limit, order, the profit taker, and the stop loss, because that's pretty much how it works. And since once it's placed, it's there. And any errors, you can still see that one, the errors that are there. So this is the trading tool in a nutshell. And as discussed, so finally, you can download the software. We have multiple subscription tiers, as we discussed. So depending on your style of trading, pick any of these. So for currently, we have the 10% off for the starter, 20 for the pro, and the 30% of the premium. So the starter will be $45, pro will be like $80, and this will be a good 200 minus 60 is $139. Okay, so yeah, so $139 gets you all this, and you lock this for life, or until the life of the software. So yeah, so those discounts are set, and the prices can change, and also the discounts will change for sure. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So happy trading, and if you have any questions, feel free to email us right now. This is the best way to reach out to us, info@equilius.com. So talk to you soon, and happy trading.